Honorable Speaker, allow me to add my voice to what my colleagues have said regarding the statement by Senator Ojienda. As you know, Honorable Speaker, I am a regular user of that road from Kisumu to Busia, because that's the route I use to go and see my mother in the rural areas. I branch off at Rodis there and join the road through Emuhaya and Sabatia, then go all the way through Mumias to Bungoma. And Honorable Speaker, the state of that road, especially the space after, or the distance after Maseno, all the way to Busia town, as has been described by my colleagues and by Senator Ojienda, is in very bad shape. Honorable Speaker, allow me to be devil's advocate for two institutions that have been mentioned very adversely here. First, let me attempt to say something positive about the members of the National Assembly, because I was there in Bondo just this weekend, where those pronouncements by the Honorable Raila were made. I remember hearing the leader of minority in the National Assembly, the Honorable Junet Mohammed, saying publicly that they have accepted that in the past they have been an impediment to devolution, and that they were going to change their ways. In fact, he promised that this week there will be resolution of that matter, both of the RMLF and the additional allocation to county governments. So let us give them until the end of the week, my colleagues, because luckily for them, Honorable Speaker, they are members of ODM. And in ODM, we have only very few basic rules that when Mzee Baba says left, you go left. So on this question, on this question of RMLF, Baba has said left, and Honorable Junet has agreed that he's going to take that left turn. We're waiting to see it. On the question of RMLF, I think the Senator for Kitui had called out members of the Council of Governors. I saw that story myself in the news, Honorable Speaker, and they were quoting the governor of Homa Bay, who's a chairperson of ODM. In fact, what the governor said is that because of what the National Assembly members had given as an undertaking to deal with the question of RMLF this week and the question of additional allocations, then really they themselves as a Council of Governors were prepared upon those concessions being made by the National Assembly to withdraw that case on RMLF. It was not to say that they were ceding ground. At least that is how I understood it to be. Honorable Speaker, let me just conclude by saying that even here in Nairobi, I was receiving petitions today from residents of Kilimani. They were reminding me of a sporting competition that we used to attend when we were a bit younger, called the Rhino Charge, Honorable Speaker. They are saying Rhino Charge can now be very easily held in Kilimani because of the state of the roads in Kilimani, Honorable Speaker. And therefore that we must raise our voices, but we have said that we need to unlock this question of RMLF. We need these county governments to have funds, but also county governors are hiding behind this RMLF thing because it is not the only source of revenue for county governments. Here in Nairobi, we were told by our governor that we have exceeded, or we have gotten the highest ever on-source revenue of about 12 billion. We should see an allocation of that money going to roads. And also, Honorable Speaker, when he appeared before the Senate Energy Committee, he made a commitment that going forward, every person who applies for a construction license must undertake to return the infrastructure to the same state that they found it. Because, Honorable Speaker, in Kilimani, you repair a road today, the next day, somebody is drilling the foundation for a 20-story building, and the road that you have just repaired the other day is being ruined again because of the heavy trucks that are delivering their construction material. So if that is woven into our licensing regime, that if you are a developer, you must return infrastructure to the same condition that you found it, then I think we will be able to make some progress. Honorable Speaker, as we have said, we as a Senate will defend devolution at all turns. And the threats are many. I was having a conversation with the governor of Murang'a, Honorable Speaker, that the county government of Murang'a, exercising his mandate, because water is a devolved function, decide that they are going to lower rates for the residents of Murang'a. And there is a national government organization called WASREB that tells the governor that you cannot reduce the cost of the tariff of water for your people. It is ridiculous because WASREB themselves, they get money out of every liter that the people of Nairobi pay for. So if you reduce the cost for the people of Nairobi, you reduce the amount that is going to WASREB, which is a national organization that should not even be existing. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, we need a wholesome conversation about the state of our roads. We need to unlock the issue of RMLF, but county governors must also now allocate resources to develop roads outside of that RMLF infrastructure. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Now, honorable senators, we will come back to these statements. I'd wish to rearrange the